We all know the feeling. You need to know a quick fact, so you ask a question on your phone. You don't even have to tap a web link anymore. The answer just pops right up on your screen. You read it, you're satisfied, and you move on with your day. It is an incredibly convenient experience for us as readers. But the person who actually wrote that helpful answer? They get absolutely nothing. No visit to their website, no chance to introduce themselves. This chart shows exactly how our online habits are shifting. The entire pie, representing all the searches and scrolling people do every day, is getting much larger. But if you look at that specific shrinking slice, that represents the people who actually click through to visit a creator's website. The web is busier and more crowded than at any point in history. Yet the main tool that independent creators and businesses have always used to survive, the simple click, is quietly disappearing. To understand why this is happening, we must look closely at the companies owning the digital roads we drive on. Take Google, for example, or consider Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram. These organizations all share a single overriding priority: keeping you inside their own apps for as long as humanly possible. And add TikTok to that list. The leadership at every major tech platform understands exactly how their business model functions. Every time you tap a link and leave their app to read an article on someone else's website, the platform loses your attention. And when they lose your attention, they stop making advertising revenue. Sending you away is a literal financial loss for them, so they programmed their software to discourage it. If a small business tries to share a post that includes a link to their own website, the platform's algorithm will actively push it down to the bottom of the feed, ensuring almost no one sees it. These companies have built digital walled gardens. The traditional marketing playbook, where a business posts a clever headline and asks you to click a link, simply doesn't work inside these walls. Because people are staying inside these walled gardens, a brand's actual website is rarely the first thing a potential customer sees. Today, their real front door is an AI chatbot summary, or a long thread on a massive public discussion board like Reddit. And when someone finds a product they love in one of those public feeds, they usually don't broadcast it to the world. They grab it and drop it straight into a private text message with a friend. Marketers refer to this private sharing as dark social. It sounds mysterious, but it just means the everyday conversations happening outside of public view, in direct messages, private group chats, and closed community servers. Here is where the system breaks for a growing company. They rely on tracking dashboards to see exactly where their buyers are coming from, but those trackers cannot look inside your private messages. When they try to trace the origin of a sale, the line snaps. The trail goes completely cold. When a business only invests in the strategies that its tracking software can clearly measure, it simply ends up ignoring the exact places where real people actually talk, share advice, and decide what to buy. If the platforms bury your links and the tracking software is blind to how people actually talk, how does an independent business survive? The answer begins in a place we can call rented land. These are the social networks and search engines you don't own. Instead of trying to drag people away from these public squares, you bring the value directly to them. You give away your most helpful advice right there in the feed, without ever asking for a click in return. Think of every helpful post as a financial deposit. You are steadily building up a reserve of trust with the audience, and you are proving to the platform's algorithm that people genuinely enjoy what you share. But you cannot leave all your security on rented land. You also need a space you fully control. This is your owned land, like an independent email list. It is a direct line to your audience where no software update or algorithm change can suddenly block you. Only after you have made several generous deposits of free value do you finally ask for a withdrawal. You gently invite your most engaged readers to leave the public platform and join your private owned network. The organizations that thrive in this new environment won't try to trick you into clicking a link. They will consistently offer real help in the digital spaces you already enjoy, becoming a familiar, trusted resource long before you ever visit their official website.